in order to be able to use a song in a movie or a TV commercial, you need to have the permission of the music rights owners, being them only the writer or the writer and the publisher. And in case of an original soundtrack, these rights are included in the fee of the composer, isn't it? In most of the cases, the composers are working for hire based on the US system. You receive a budget. Based on this budget, you produce the soundtrack, and then all synchronization rights are included, or how is it working then?
In the US, it's working, there's a separate fee for the composer, and whenever I write music for a feature, the publishing rights are kind of like a tug of war. I have my own publishing company, and if I work for a studio, of course the studio wants to take the publishing rights, because I want to take some of the royalties, of course, later on. This is not necessarily bad, I must say. And usually I do a split of 50-50 or a split of 25-75, because then there is a whole entire team behind the system, making sure that I get my royalties. My writer share is 100%. So that's how it is. And for the songs, if there's a song that's written for the show especially, specifically, it really depends on the fee. If somebody gets very, very low amounts of money, the publishing will stay with that band. If it's a buyout, then of course the artist share can never be taken from the writers. So it's usually the publishing that gets lost in translation.
I think in the end it's a business relationship that you have with the publishing division of the studios, because they are bringing you more work, they promote you as a writer for other movies.
And they promote my soundtrack. You know, they put the soundtrack album to the right places, the consideration for all the awards and everything. So it's really not a bad situation. So I'm for it.
Versus, you do soundtracks for trailers.
Yeah.
Most studios request epic music for this kind of promos. How is the scoring process for trailers? You try to follow the picture all the time. You are requested from the very beginning to do score to the picture, what scoring to the picture means, and how is the process going?
Well, it all starts with a music brief, in which I expect the producer or director or music supervisor to explain in detail what they want. That's very important for me. That means to know the length of the segment, to know for what it will be used, either for end credits or for the actual trailer or for the intro and so on. Also, if they can give any referral or similar kind of tracks, whether they're YouTube links or any other tracks from other composers, just to make an idea about what they're looking for. So the more details, the better.
Are you producing the soundtrack after the promo of the movie was edited, or before, and they cut the image to your music?
I've had a few situations only when I had a lot of the footage that was being used in the trailer sent. Of course, I had to sign a contract of confidentiality and just try to make a custom design based on that. But to be honest, in the trailer music industry, you have, let's say, patterns or structures that you can just use by default with outro cues, custom audio design from A to Z. That if you compose it in such way, it's very easy for the editor to just cut it where he needs and just put it on the trailer. So you don't necessarily have to have the full trailer in front of you to know how to compose it. There are specific structures that you can use by default.
How do you guys promote yourself, you and versus you have an agent that promotes you, or?
I'm like a one-man show, so there is no house music or record label taking care of me from this point of view. I'm trying to promote myself through all the social medias, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, especially YouTube. That's my main point of promotion. Basically, over time I've made a few contacts in regards to music supervisors and directors in those companies, and it's easy for me to communicate with them, so I don't need like a third-party person to put this on for me. I do all the promotion by myself, basically.
Simon and Renato, you are more into the sync business. I know that you have your own writers that are doing original soundtracks as well when the client requests this. You represent, Simon, the western side of Europe, and you work based on the Anglo-Saxon model. Renato is working with a lot of independent artists from Eastern Europe. How is the sync process starting when a client is approaching you for the first time and is asking for a certain type of music?
If they're approaching us with a general search, so they haven't got a specific song in mind that we represent and they want to clear it, so that's just a negotiation at that point. But if they have a project where usually someone gets in touch saying, we want to use U2, we can't afford U2, what have you got that sounds like U2, basically. So they're looking for something with a similar kind of vibe, similar feeling. They'll give you maybe some key lyrics and a few different tracks which kind of work but are out of their budget. So once you've got some basic information from them, which is basically how much money have you got to spend, that straight away is a steer of the kind of music that we represent, that we can pitch to them. So if they've only got a low budget, we'll only pitch independent artists that also own their master rights, because so far the only thing that's been talked about really is composition stuff that's been scored, where when we're representing kind of artists who are gigging and touring and getting radio airplay, there's also usually a record label as well, and for a sync to happen, for a commercial, you need to clear the publishing rights and the master rights. But if they have a lot of money and a big budget and they want like a known track, then I know that we can push, some of the tracks that we've got that are performed by Kanye West or Jay-Z or Michael Jackson, if they have, big money. So once we know the budget, there's 6 of us on the sync team, and we all kind of have different areas of specialist knowledge. So like one guy knows much more about electronic music than anyone else. Someone knows more about indie music, singer-songwriter music, and this and the other. We have a chat in the office. We respond to about 4 or 5 of these kind of briefs a day, so it's quite a busy day. And then we have, at Centric, we have like a best practice where we try not to pitch more than 5 tracks for anything. Because if a music supervisor has approached us asking for some music, they've also approached all their other publishing contacts and all their other master label, record label contacts. So they might get sent 300-400 tracks to sift through to try and find the right song for that project. So the last thing they really need from us is 20 tracks or 30 tracks. They'd rather have 5 of the real best things that really work for that brief that we send across. And also, one thing we never do, or try not to do, is just send music and then hope for the best. It's always, here's 5 tracks and here's the reasons why you should be excited by them. So obviously we want them to use our tracks because then we'll get some money and the artist gets money. So therefore we're biased really, but we will say you should listen to this artist because they've just been invited to play Coachella in America. But you should listen to this artist because they've just got a 9 out of 10 review on Pitchfork. Tastemakers respect tastemakers' taste, if that makes sense. So you're putting reasons in front of these people why they should listen to it, and hopefully that will make one of the tracks that we've sent stand out above the 200 they've also been sent from other people. Say online promos we do are around 1,000 to 5,000 euros. TV adverts for one territory, so just maybe UK only for us, is anything between 10 to 30,000. These are all for kind of emerging kind of artists. But then every so often we'll do, the biggest one we've done was about 320,000 euros, and that was online only. Like every so often these big numbers come from anywhere. usually the big money sinks go to well-known tracks and well-known artists. If you're an emerging artist and you're doing a TV sync, I would expect anything between 10 to 20,000 euros. Should be pretty happy with.
For Eastern European territories, I think you have to divide that by at least 2 or 3 even, and that's for advertisement for free.
For Romanian movies, we license generally in the range of 5,000 euros, master and publishing. For TV commercials, it goes from minimum 15,000 up to 35, maybe 40,000, depends on the campaign. Do you have independent new artists that are submitting to you new songs for pitching?
Yeah, so what we decided from the beginning that we didn't want to tie down bands and make them, exclusively working for us or us working for them. So it's like a non-exclusive representation, pretty much. We collect all the rights owners before, and in the agreements that we make with them, we set the terms, we set the percentages, we set everything beforehand. We make sure that all the songs that we handpick for representation, we have all the signature from the rights owners, that they know that we're doing this, and that's how we work with them. So it's basically, if we get a deal for them, then that's good for everyone. If we don't, then they don't come knocking on our doors that, hey guys, what's up? You haven't done anything, Because the nature of this industry is that you cannot promise anything. You cannot promise any band that you're going to have a deal for them. And we have bands in our catalog that maybe have been sitting there for a year or two and nothing happened, but after, at some point, the right project came along and we did place them. But even at the same time, they can work for anyone else. They can go and find their own projects if they want. So that's the philosophy that we base our operation on. And yeah, we get bands submissions all the time, and we really like to dig deep and listen to all of them, and what we think are right, and the ones that we feel we can work with will be the ones that we sign.
Simon, what kind of key lyrics are your clients looking for?
The thing that sticks is hooks. Songs that can, for adverts especially, songs that can stick in the memory or tell a story within 15 to 30 seconds. Obviously, each different area of sync has its own kind of quirks and characteristics, so what people for games trailers want is very different to what advertisers want, is very different to what US soaps want, is very different to what trailers want, etc. But in terms of TV adverts, which usually are kind of the biggest money sinks that we do, it's hooks, it's stuff that once you've heard it once, you won't forget. There's been a couple of songs that we've had before, and I mentioned saxophones because 2 of the songs that we've had, which we just couldn't stop getting synced, both had saxophone riffs in there. It's usually happy, major key. It's an odd thing to do, but the next time there's an advert break on television, just listen to the music that's on in adverts. It's very safe. People rarely want anything that takes a risk or is too kind of jarring or difficult to listen to.